let's see how we can use a 4-button digital watch. These watches are very simple and quite easy to use, but to use them efficiently, you have to follow a specific procedure. First, let's see which buttons we have. So we have here the light button, this one. We have the mode button, which is this one. We have the start button, and then the reset button. First, let's see how to use the stopwatch. To use the stopwatch, we need to click on the mode button once, and then we enter stopwatch mode. To start the stopwatch, we click on the start button once, and we can see the stopwatch running. So at the top we see seconds, and at the bottom we see milliseconds. We can pause the stopwatch by clicking on the start button again, and we can resume it by clicking on the start button once more. If we want to reset the stopwatch, we stop it by clicking on the start button, and then reset it by clicking on the reset button. To get back to watch mode, we simply click on the mode button. Next, let's talk about setting the alarm. To set the alarm, we click on the mode button once, and it takes us to the stopwatch mode. And if we click on it again, we get to the alarm mode. We know that we are in alarm mode because we can see the letter at the bottom of the screen. This letter can have two values, P for PM or A for AM. So if, for example, we want to set the alarm to 1 and 3 minutes PM, we start by setting the hour. To set the hour, we need to make sure that the hour is blinking, as we see right now, and then to change it, we click on the start button. And as you can see, each click changes it once. We now need to set the minutes. So we click on the reset button once, and as you can see, now the minute is blinking. We said that we want our alarm at 1 and 3 minutes, so let's keep clicking on the start button until we see 3. Once we get to the wanted time, we know that alarm was set up, and all we need to do is get back to watch mode by clicking on the mode button once. If you want to see the time the alarm is set to, simply click on the reset button, and you will see the time of the alarm. By the way, if you take a close look, you can see a small speaker icon just below the minute. This speaker icon means that the alarm is on. If we simply want to turn the alarm off, we need to click on both the start and the reset buttons at once. The alarm was turned off, and if I click now on the reset button, you can see that the speaker icon does not appear anymore, and it means that the alarm is off. Next, let's talk about setting the time, the date, and the day of the week. First, we need to click on the mode button once, and we get to the stopwatch mode. We click again, and we get to the alarm mode. And if we click once more, we get to setting the time mode. Here we can set the time, the date, and the day of the week. At the moment, we see that the seconds are blinking. So if I click on the start button, it will get back to 0. If I want to set the minutes, I click on the reset button once, and you can now see that the minutes are blinking. I can now start clicking on the start button to set the minute I want. If I want to set the hour, I click on the reset button again, and as you can see, the hour is now blinking. Now I can start clicking on the start button to set the hour. By the way, you can use 12 hours with P or A for PM and PM, or you can use a 24-hour format. To switch between them, simply keep clicking on the start button. So now we're using 12-hour mode with P or A. And once I get to 12, we can see that we now have H, which means that we're using the 24-hour format. And once I get to 24, we get back to 12-hour format. I can click on the reset button again, and now I can set the date, the day, and I can click again and set the month. And if I click one more time, I can set the day of the week. If I click on the reset button again, we can see that the seconds blink again and the cycle restarts. Once we're done, we can click on the mode button, and we're back in watch mode.